I cannot believe it is December. We are ending 2024 and walking into 2025 in less than 31 days. And it is really important that you understand that you have two choices. When we are going into this reset, you can either continuously be intentional, show up for your 2024 goals, or get ahead for 2025. So today we are doing a reset a little bit differently. I am going to break down my goals, where I'm at, what I kind of need to do to get as much done in the last 30 days as possible, but also showing up for myself for the person I want to be in 2025. So it's going to be this balance. So welcome back to Balance While Blooming. My name is Bridget. I am 26 years old. I'm a wife, a stepmom. I have a full 9 to 5 with multiple passions that I'm balancing, and I'm blooming into my best self every single day. And I challenge you to show up and balance your life, bloom into the person you want to be by believing in yourself, building the life of your dreams, and really showing up every day to bloom until you become that person who is living the life that you feel most fulfilled, happy, balanced, and really just successful in your own eyes. And talking about this reset, it's really important to understand if you want to get ahead for 2025, start showing up as that person you want to be, or finishing off 2024 as strong as possible. As I said, I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know how I feel about ending 2024 yet, or if I want to jump into new goals and a fresh start. The end of November was great. My November goals have been good. I've been showing up with intention, but really analyzing my goals, taking a step back, understanding where I want to be in 2025. Is it the best idea to go forward or step back? So let's jump right in to kind of a step-by-step guide of how you can do that and make the decision for yourself while I go through mine. So first things first, I want you to analyze your goals. If you are new here, we did 6-month goals and quarterly goals, and where I'm at is not great, but I'm also really close to succeeding some of those. So I wanted to read 25 books for the later half of the year. I'm at 24. I'm so close. So I definitely am on track to still finish that. We are still going towards our 500 subscriber goals. Every single person who's here, I am so grateful for you. Everyone who joins this community, I am really thankful for you. And as always, I am growing not only on YouTube, but also on Instagram, and this community that I'm building is growing every single day. So I'm really grateful for how I'm doing that, slow and steady. I knew I was going to be on the slower path, and that is okay. Showing up on YouTube, I have about 8 more to do, but I do plan on showing up a bit more in December videos, and with end of year videos, I have more to talk about, more to show up for, but I really do want to start showing up more than just Fridays for you guys. So that is kind of a 2025 goal, plus ending off 2024 really strong. So I think I'm going to keep going with that. We stopped tracking our posts on Instagram, which is fine. And then we wanted to save $18,000. We hit over for saving for our home, and we hit under for our emergency funds and savings. I really stopped counting my other savings just because there was a lot that's about to be pulled, such as insurance, some miscellaneous buckets, and going into 2025, I'm going to break this down into a third category of things that we save that is going into the long term. So that will continuously be flowing as it is buckets that I pull from as I need, such as health and wellness, when we go to the dentist, the doctors, all of those things, and then house projects. We are putting money into that right now, but that is not really a continuous savings. It's for anything that could happen at the house. Emergency fund and home are very specific to staying at a certain number and growing. So we're going to go into that a little bit differently in 2025. So those were our 6-month goals. We are actually right on track for where I would hope to be. Breaking those down into the quarter, we wanted to read 9 books. That would get us 1 book ahead. We read 7 so far. Just need to do some leisure reading and maybe a personal development book for the end of the year to get my head on track. And then I'm only halfway of showing up daily or 5 times a week for my passion project. Once again, we've hit 21 subscribers over the last 2 months. I hope to double that in December as I'm going to show up more. But of course, hitting 300 was a little bit unrealistic, but putting my bar high. Posting on Instagram, we are showing up very well over there. We did a series of 31 days. I'm still finishing that. I missed a few posts in November, but that's okay. You keep showing up. It's all right. And I hope to show up as much as possible in December as well. We have posted 9 times on YouTube since October 1st. So we have 7 to go. That makes about sense. We're trying to hit 7 to 8 every single month. I think that's my goal in 2024, hitting at least 6 to 8 every single month. That's a few Mondays for you guys as well. Changing up, I have been going to the gym very consistently. I have not been showing up daily, but I have been showing up as much as my body is capable of. And then we have saved 5,000 of the 9,000 that we wanted to save, which is right on track. As I said, there was other miscellaneous savings that are not in here, which is okay. So where we're at, we aren't going to hit 4,000 in December, but we are going to try to save as much as possible for our emergency funds and our home. I'm not doing a budget reset because I just want to be intentional with my money in December. I know a lot of money is going to be moving around, and it's just really hard to show you guys how all the money goes. And we have a lot moving from our savings. We have our insurance for the year, all of those things. So I'm really ending the year being as intentional and planning, but also taking action. So when you are going into this, really see where you're at with your goals. For me, I'm really close on some of my goals and some of them I'm not. So setting those intentions of where you want to show up in December and where you kind of want to reset, refocus, and restart is completely fine. Changing those goals, getting as close to possible as the ones that you can attack and the ones that matter to you. So our finances, we are still going to show up. We are not going to save 4,000, but we're still going to show up as much as possible, but also understanding where we want to go in 2025. Then when you are resetting, make sure that you understand the goals you are still going to finish and the goals that you're going to start, and separating those to make sure that you are putting your actions into different areas and being intentional with those of what you're moving from and what you are moving towards and where you are kind of finding that equilibrium of that balance. Now, if you decide to not go after your goals, let's talk about what you're going to do to get ahead for 2025. And you can still do these things even if you are focusing on other things in 2024 to close those out. I still want you to be very intentional with how you're planning for the next year, the next month, next week. No matter where you're going to take this, it's really important that you set yourself up for success. So when you are choosing to set yourself up for success moving forward, it's really important that you set your goals for a wider scale. And now, of course, I'm always like, get as specific as possible, but when you are setting 2025 goals, I want you to set a broad goal for every single area of your life, because as the year goes on, you are going to have different priorities, different goals, and setting those broad success goals where they're still attainable, that they're still somewhat specific, but that you can choose throughout the year when you kind of go after them, is really important when you are setting goals for a new year, because we over here set quarterly goals. So knowing what our bigger goals are and our overall aim for the year is intentional, but really showing up 1% better in every single area of your life is the goal, and showing up for yourself and the things that you truly want. And if it is broad, you're still showing up for that area of your life. I'm going to give you some examples. For me, finances, I'm going to have a big number that I want to save. Then as I get there, I'm going to break it down. So you want to start with a bigger goal of the number that you want to save, an X% of your income, your investments, whatever it may be. And then you want to break it down into the categories that are intentional. Now, if you know how much you need for a specific category, for us, our down payment, I know how much I want to save every single month throughout the year. Now, of course, we are going to have our yearly, and then we're going to break that down into 6 months. Then we're going to break it down to quarterly. So as you do it, set a large goal that has intention, that can be broken down into specific actionable steps. So setting those bigger goals for every single area of life. And I can show you guys in January how I break down all 12 areas of my life with this goal, and then how I break them down into. If you guys want to see that, let me know. But understand that showing up for yourself is how you're going to bloom. And if you never dream and believe in yourself, you're never going to be able to build a plan. If you never build a plan, you're never going to show up for yourself. And if you don't show up for yourself, it's never going to become a reality. So really believe in what you want for the next year, and believe in what you want to finish, because this is a balance. You can still show up for yourself for those goals that I have, but also be very intentional of shifting my energy, shifting my time, and shifting the person I want to be for the new year. And it's really important that I take time for where I want to be now and where I want to go, and still show up for both of those, right? Where I want to be, where I am now, and how I can blend those together is really important, because let me be honest, 30 days is enough time for you to start taking actions, creating those habits, creating those systems. So maybe that's what you do. If you don't want to finish off 2024 with your goals, you've just given up or you lost sight of those goals, really start setting the habits, the plans, the goals, all of those things by still taking action, by creating the habits, setting systems, and really creating a routine that is going to work for you. It's intentional work for you when you show up and make your systems, priorities, time management, your mindset, all of these things that are internal help you when you do your goals. For me, my systems, my routines, my habits are just as important as my mindset, as my journaling, as my affirmations. Those all come together. So if you need to work on your mindset, on your planning, on your time management, showing up for yourself, the habits that you currently have, what you need to get rid of, what you need to take action on, work on that. And then let's say by January 1st, you have these habits, routines, and systems. Now you can start implementing them even more into this person you want to be by showing up daily towards your actual action, taking your systems, routines, and habits another step forward. Honestly, if that's where you want to go, I'm so proud of you. If you are crushing this year and you want to end it off strong, don't forget to plan for the month ahead. It is a long, stressful process for you to think about the next 365 days. Now, if that overwhelms you, think about it in 1 quarter at a time, 1 month at a time. I'm not telling you that you have to plan all of 2025 right now, but I know that a lot of people like a good reset, a refocus, and a restart. So as much as you want to end the year off strong, it's really important that you start the next year ahead, and that you are showing up today as the person you want to be, and really envision that person that you could be in a year if you just take these extra 30 days to show up for yourself a little bit differently. So as always, keep blooming, keep balancing, and find that person that you want to be. Believe in her, build her, bloom into her, and become one day at a time. And this really starts with your goals, your mindset, and your time management. And I'm so happy that you're here, that you join our community, and that you really want to take charge of not only finishing 2024 off strong, but showing up as your best self going into 2025. And as always, you can be whoever you want to be as long as you balance your life and bloom into the person you want to be. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.